Okay, everybody, here we are at the top part of Emily's property, and we're going to take a walk down to her house and looking at things along the way. Here are these old posts that mark her property line, and there's a big albizia tree and a cedar in there. And this used to be belt high or higher poison oak. Here's what it looked like. It was all a lot higher than that. There's some poison oak that remains over there. So that is as high as I am. And nobody managed to get poison oak on them. And this is a bunch of Maclura fruits, the Osage orange. So we have this tree is a Maclura tree. Can't see any fruits up there. And this is a great big dead twin tree. We don't have any idea what that is, but it's just over the property line. And we're swinging around to see the gazebo in the afternoon sun. And all of this was belt high and higher poison oak, and an unknown seedling of great weediness. We have this little step down here. The gazebo is very well made and was wired for a fan at one time that worked and a light, but Emily's electrician said it was not the greatest workmanship. Now we're approaching this creek, this unnamed creek, and Finley has been checking out the dirt here, which is pretty amazing because it is so sandy. So here you see this sand all mixed up with, hey, there's a worm. That's a nice worm here. A good worm. And so it's very light and fluffy. And it may have clay down below, but no clay yet. I guess that's a worm, yeah. Emily is known for having her kids on worm day hold their worms.
Yeah.
And you're going back in there, buddy.
Like a night crawler guy.
Okay. Now we're heading over toward what was a waterfall and this great big rock here that's close to 6 feet across, and there was a wire probably running a submerged pump down to these two beds that have some kind of alisma plant in there, doing quite well. And then we swing around to the rocky path and more steps leading down to this creek, which becomes a gully washer because the city routes runoff water into it. But right now it's quite placid. And here's a fraction of all the stuff we mowed up. And there's the bridge, which withstood a super gully washer that had water going from bank to bank. And so Emily had the good idea to cut down that mulberry tree that you see right there. So now you can see the house, and she's going to hire maybe brush grinders or somebody to haul off all these branches. And down in the creek we have two probably 8-foot long, 200-pound oak creosote soaked railroad ties. And then there's another one over here, and we're talking about how to get rid of those. And then there's lots of broken concrete, probably also from a gully washer that broke apart this dam here. And it's quite an extensive concrete pond that runs way up past the bridge.
They used to have a koi pond here.
That would be so exciting. And now what we're going to do is we're going to finish off by trying to get across this creek without falling.
I'm going to go on the bridge.
Emily's going to go the other way, and find the most surprising thing of the whole discovery process here. We're heading up toward the corner of her lot, and here's some kind of big rocky, my shoes are falling off, some kind of big rocky thing in that stump there. And Emily's been working to get these branches all sawed up here.
Oh, Daddy's been working. Oh, Dad, there's so many holes here.
And here we have, I guess you can see what this is. Ta-da! A beaver has made his house here above the water, and the way he's carved out this tree, it made an entrance here, and it doesn't look like he's active anymore. And beavers have been notorious for damaging things around here, like this lady who's called the farm lady. Beavers have chewed on her siding, and even cougars have rested on her roof. So I think that's it.
This is all Beef's cleared all this out. Cut down all these trees and all this brush out.
Okay, over and out.